Ever felt overwhelmed by anger, resentment, or anxiety when a single stray thought or a careless word from someone else can completely derail your day? Now picture those individuals who nothing seems to faze. They're calm, collected, and confident, even in the eye of a storm. What's their secret? It's not an inherent gift, it's a skill. And today, we're going to reveal 7 ways strong individuals keep their emotions in check, drawing on the wisdom of the ancient Stoics. Stay with us, and you'll learn how to transform your mind into an impenetrable fortress. First, let's get one important thing straight. Stoicism is not about turning into an unfeeling robot. Quite the opposite, in fact. This ancient Greek and Roman philosophy, practiced by figures like Emperor Marcus Aurelius and the philosopher Seneca, teaches us not to suppress emotions, but to understand their origin. It's a kind of superpower for your mind. The Stoics believed that our suffering isn't caused by events themselves, but by our judgments about those events. And this simple understanding changes everything. Ready for a simplified dive into Stoicism for emotional mastery? Then let's get started. So here's the first principle, which you could call divide and conquer yourself. This is the most crucial, fundamental tenet of Stoicism. If you master only this one concept, your life will be profoundly transformed. Here's how it works. Everything in the world falls into 2 categories. First, what is within our power? Second, what is completely beyond our control? Seems obvious, right? Yet we constantly forget this fundamental truth. What can we control? Not much, actually. It's our own thoughts, our judgments, our desires, and our actions. It's our inner world, our choice of how to react to events. And that's it. And what's beyond our control? Virtually everything else. The weather, the economy, the past, other people's opinions of you, traffic jams, the outcomes of your efforts. You might work hard and not get a promotion. You might be kind, but someone still won't like you. And here's the crucial point. All our negative emotions, anger, anxiety, frustration, stem from our attempts to control the uncontrollable. We get angry at traffic, as if our anger could make it disappear. We worry about what others think, as if we could somehow control their minds. A strong person, one who follows Stoic principles, simply stops doing this. They direct all their energy and attention solely towards what is within their power. They don't waste a single ounce of effort fighting windmills. This frees up an immense amount of mental resources and brings incredible tranquility. The second approach might strike you as odd, perhaps even a little unsettling. It goes like this. Imagine the worst to achieve the best. In Stoicism, this powerful technique is called premeditatio malorum, or put simply, the premeditation of misfortunes. But don't be alarmed. This isn't a call for pessimism. It doesn't mean walking around expecting the end of the world. On the contrary, it's one of the most effective tools for finding calm and confidence. Think of it as a mental workout. Here's how it works. Let's say you have an important meeting tomorrow. Instead of just hoping for the best, you take a few minutes to calmly visualize everything that could go wrong. Your opponent might be aggressive. You might fumble for words. You might be rejected. Once you've run through these scenarios in your mind, what's next? Then you get ready. You calmly think through your responses to potential aggression ahead of time. You make brief notes of your key arguments. You consider what you'll do if you're rejected. And here's where the magic happens. First, if any of those things actually happen, it won't come as a shock. You won't panic because you've already mentally been in that situation and know what to do. The emotional impact will be significantly weaker. And second, and this is what usually happens, nothing bad occurs. And then you feel not just relief, but genuine joy and gratitude. It's like a vaccine against stress. You prepare for the storm, and when the sun shines, you appreciate it even more. You stop fearing failure because you're ready for it. Let's move on to the third technique. It's a beautiful and powerful mental exercise, one particularly favoured by Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Let's call it the bird's eye view. Imagine you're completely overwhelmed by a problem. Perhaps it's resentment, anger, or anxiety. It feels immense, consuming your entire mind, as if it's the absolute center of your universe. At that moment, do one simple thing. Close your eyes and begin to mentally zoom out. First, visualize yourself in the room you're currently in. Then, mentally rise higher, seeing your house, then your street. Go even higher. Now you see your neighborhood, your entire city. Keep ascending. There's your country on the continent. And finally, behold our entire planet Earth, a small blue and white marble, suspended solitary in the silent blackness of space. Now looking down at this tiny planet from that immense height, try to locate yourself. Try to find your problem. What happened to it? It hasn't vanished, but its scale has fundamentally shifted, hasn't it? Against the backdrop of this boundless eternity and vast space, it's become nothing more than a microscopic speck of dust. This exercise doesn't directly solve your problem, but it does something far more important. It instantly pulls you out of the emotional maelstrom and offers crucial perspective. It reveals just how trivial and fleeting many of our worries truly are. This isn't about invalidating your feelings. It's about restoring proper proportion to them, preventing a minor upset from feeling like the end of the world. Method number 4 is a deeply personal and powerful practice. It's an evening self-reflection. As the great Stoic Seneca wrote, he never went to bed without thoroughly analysing the day that had passed. This doesn't mean you should condemn yourself or dwell on your mistakes. Quite the opposite. It's more like an impartial debriefing that a wise commander conducts with their most important subordinate, themselves. Every evening before bed, dedicate a few quiet moments to ask yourself a few simple questions. What threw me off balance today? What made me angry, upset, or afraid? Why did it happen? Was my reaction justified and helpful? How could I have reacted differently, more wisely? On the flip side, it's also important to acknowledge your successes. Where did I show restraint today? Where did I do the right thing and follow my conscience? The goal of this exercise isn't self-flagellation, but self-discovery. In the modern world, this might be called mindfulness journaling. As you analyse your reactions day after day, you begin to see patterns. You clearly understand your triggers, those buttons that circumstances or other people press. And once you become aware of them, you stop being a puppet to your emotions. You gain the ability to make a conscious choice next time, rather than reacting on autopilot. The 5th method might sound a bit morbid, but it's arguably the most powerful for proper prioritization. The Stoics called it memento mori, which translates from Latin as remember death. And no, this isn't about spiraling into despair at the thought of life's end. Quite the opposite. It's a powerful filter that helps you instantly separate what's truly important from what's trivial. It's a stark reminder that our time here on this planet is finite, and every minute spent on meaningless anger, petty grievances, or empty anxieties is a minute stolen from your one unique and irreplaceable life. When someone cuts you off in traffic and you're about to explode with rage, just ask yourself, given that my time here is finite, do I really want to spend this precious minute consumed by anger at a stranger I'll likely never see again? When you find yourself stressing over criticism or gossip, ask yourself, a year from now, 5 years from now, or at the end of my life, will this truly matter? The answer will almost always be no. Memento mori isn't about fear. It's about value. The awareness of our own mortality compels us to truly appreciate life. It helps us focus on what genuinely matters, our loved ones, our true goals, and being a good person right here, right now. It's the most effective way to stop postponing life and start living mindfully in every single moment. And this brings us to the most crucial, perhaps surprising secret of Stoicism that unites all these methods. Many believe that emotional control is about suppression, a stone face, and a cold heart. But that couldn't be further from the truth. The true power of Stoics isn't the absence of emotions, it's freedom. Freedom of choice. Between an event that happens to you and your reaction to it, there's a tiny gap, a small pause, And it's in this pause that all your power lies. You cannot control a rude cashier, unfair criticism from your boss, or the rain that ruins your plans, but you, and only you, can control what happens next in your mind. Will you give in to anger and spoil your day? Or will you take a breath, smile, and decide that this minor thing isn't worth your peace of mind? This is the real turning point. Power isn't about feeling nothing at all. Power is about feeling everything, but choosing how to respond. Ultimately, all these 7 methods lead to one thing: mindfulness and inner freedom. Emotional control isn't suppression. It's a conscious choice. It's a skill you can and should practice every day. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If it was helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new episodes on practical philosophy for modern life. And now, a question for you. In the comments, let us know which of the 7 methods resonated most with you or seems most applicable in your life. We're really curious to hear your thoughts.